Alright, it's about time I started doing some of these videos. So these are the showcase videos of a lot of the stuff that I won playing Toreba. And if you don't know what Toreba is, well, I explained it several times through multiple videos on this channel. Just find the playlist and you'll understand. So I got so many things on Toreba. I thought it'd be fun to do little showcase videos of all the stuff that I won in, themes. Like today we're doing all the Star Wars figures I won out of it. And, it'd be fun to kind of see them all out and, together. And it'd be cool to maybe get a closer look at some of them, because in a lot of those videos I didn't really spend a lot of time on this. Also, I'm doing this because I need to get rid of a lot of these things. I set up an eBay account, and you can actually find the link to it in the description below. There's nothing there right now, but soon I'm going to be putting stuff up just to get rid of the clutter that has been overtaking my house recently. And maybe, people see me unbox stuff like this all the time, and maybe they want to, maybe they want some of it, and I'll be happy to oblige, and we can just go through eBay, and you could buy it off of me and help support the channel, help support me. Anyway, let's take a look at some of these figures. Now, I thought this was going to be the easiest one to set up because there wasn't a whole lot of assembly for these figures. But after getting these out and displaying them, I noticed a few of them have a few problems, and we'll get into that as we go along here. Let's start off with this guy right here. This is the Death Trooper from Rogue One. Yeah, Rogue One. This is the Death Trooper, and he's, I guess, supposed to be like the more elite and competent of the Stormtroopers. The ones that can actually hit stuff and aren't stupid goons. Really good detail on this one. I really like it. I believe this was the first one I won, actually. So that's pretty cool. A lot of little things hanging off of him like that. I just noticed his pistol is like, it's got like a silver tip on it. I don't know if that's supposed to be like it's been used or if they just made a mistake. I'm not really sure. He also had this other gun, which I believe I showed off in the video. It's a separate gun. It comes packaged separately in the box. When I did take it out, I did notice it has like a little nub on it right there. And I thought maybe it was to go like on his hip or something. But honestly, like, I can't find anywhere on him where it's supposed to go. So I don't know. I mean, you just put it in his hand like that, and it's just fine. It's just weird that it has that on there. Not really much to say about this guy. A lot of good detail. Only his head moves around, so you can have him look that way, or you can have him look straight ahead and a little bit to the right, and that's it. Anyway, he looks good. He's got a lot of detail. Like this one, really nice. Now let's get to some of the ones that have a few problems. Let's look at this guy. This is the not the Royal Guard. I forget what these guys were called. In the video, I described them as the guys that got chopped up by Rey and Kylo Ren in that one scene. Probably the best scene from The Last Jedi. Really good looking one. Like nice, bright, vibrant red on them. Not a whole lot of detail, but then again, they didn't really have a whole lot of detail. Head moves like that. You can, on a ball joint, you can move it wherever you want. Stands up pretty well because he's got the cloak there, which helps him stay upright. Well, this one actually has two problems. The first one was this. So he's got this sword, which I actually find kind of strange because you don't see too many bladed weapons in Star Wars, do you? It's always lightsabers. Like, very rarely do you see like an actual sword. And as you can see, he's supposed to be holding it, but because it's got this, that on the end and then this right here, there's no conceivable way to like get it in his hand, and it doesn't come apart. So the only way I've seen that he can hold it is if you do that. So basically he's holding the blade. I'm assuming his armor protects him from the blade. But anyway, the other problem with this one is, and I showed this off in the video, but he comes apart which I find ironic because, like I said, that's that one scene in the movie where he gets chopped up. Him and his buddies get chopped up. I don't know if this one is defective or if that's supposed to happen because I genuinely can't get it to like lock in. I mean, it moves around okay, but like it comes out so easily, and like other parts come out easily too, like that right there, and I think the head comes off too. So, I mean, I guess in theory you can just recreate that scene if you have a Rey and a Kylo Ren and maybe more of these guys. Oh boy. Well, he looks good as long as you don't mess around with him. Now let's get to what I thought was the most disappointing because I got this guy right here. This is the Shore Trooper from Rogue One. This one is just in look alone is one of my favorite stormtroopers. Just I don't know, something about the aesthetic of him. He's got the blue and the red and the earth tone armor and clothing. I really like this one. I think it kind of took the spot of my favorite stormtrooper armor. The old one used to be the biker trooper. But the problem with this one is he doesn't stand up. I've tried everything. I had to lean him against the wall unit there. But yeah, unfortunately, he has trouble standing up, which is a shame because I really, really like this one. And I don't know how to fix this. I mean, it seems like his back leg is a little too tilted forward. And these are made of like really hard, solid plastic. A lot of these are pretty heavy and dense. So I don't really know if I can like adjust that somehow. I know a lot of people like to adjust their figures. You know, they like take a little heat to them, and you can bend the plastic and fix little imperfections. I don't want to do that with this because I'm afraid I might screw it up. Because again, these are very detailed and very nice, and I like them. It's just kind of unfortunate that he's not balanced. See. If I ever display him out, I have to lean him against a wall or something. That's a shame. Okay, so apparently there was a little foot brace here in the Shore Troopers box, and I completely missed it. So hopefully this solves the balance problem. Well, let's put him back against his wall here. There we go. Let's look at Darth Vader. Yes, I really like this one. Again, good detail on this one. Good likeness of the character. You can see a lot of detail on his chest piece there. I love the pose he's in. He's like, yes, we rock. The Empire is awesome, and he's doing the fist pump. Darth Vader would never do that. Came packaged with his lightsaber. Comes out like that. You see the handle is molded into the hand, so you just kind of pop it in like that, which I thought was kind of cool. It kind of solves the issue that red guy over here was having. So you could just pop in half of it, and then the rest can be molded to the hand. This one also does kind of have some balance issues because he's having trouble standing on his feet. But fortunately, he's got the big cloak, which he can tripod himself on there. Not a lot of articulation in this one, just the head. Again, ball joint, arms, legs don't do anything. Lightsaber does pop out every once in a while, so you gotta kind of shove it in there. But really good. Good likeness. Like this one. Now, let's move on to the grandson, Kylo Ren, who has, just like his grandpa, has trouble standing up. And sadly, the problem with him is his cape is kind of uneven, so he goes backwards and then he kind of rolls. That's a shame. He has his little Claymore lightsaber. I forget what this is actually called. I like calling it the Claymore lightsaber. And it actually goes into his hand. It's an actual, piece that you have to put in there, which is a little difficult, and it makes me a little nervous because I don't want to bend these. Not much to say about him. He's kind of a plain design compared to Darth Vader, but he looks good, at least. Not much else to say about him, unfortunately. Alright, let's move on to another one that I really like, but actually, hold on, let me put Kylo down here because he was leaning on her. We have Captain Phasma, or Captain Phasma, I don't remember. Yeah, character that kind of got shafted in the movies, sadly, which is a shame because they kind of built her up as this really badass, fighter, and then they basically pulled a Boba Fett on us and kind of made her a walking joke, which is a shame because I really liked her. I really liked the design. I hope in the third movie she actually does something. Although I found out that in Force Awakens, not Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, there was like a deleted scene with her. I think it's on YouTube, or if it's still up on YouTube, it might have got taken down. But if you look that up, it's really cool because she actually got to do more stuff. Not much to say about this one. No articulation whatsoever, sadly. Head doesn't even move. She has her stick, which I gotta admit was very, very tight in her hand. I'm always kind of nervous about stuff like that. But otherwise, she looks really good. Now let's put her away until she actually gets to do something cool. And we can have her leaning up against Kylo Ren. Or have Kylo lean up against her. There we go. Everybody's working together. Alright, let's move on to my least favorite one that I got. BB-9E, I think it's called. BB-9E, yeah. Or as I like to call him, Evil BB-8. This is all there is to him. If you saw the unboxing video, you also saw that he comes in a very, very large box, like the same size as most of these other characters come in. And he's just kind of in there, suspended in the middle of his plastic mold. And, yeah, this is pretty much it for him. Yeah, my least favorite because there's not much else. His head comes off, if that's something you want to do with him. Got his little stand here because he's a ball, obviously. Here's the thing, though. Let me show you this right here. This is going to be surprising for a lot of people, but I actually have a Funko Pop of him. And I actually do have a few Funko Pops because there are a few that I think actually look really good, and some of them are the droids from Star Wars because they don't have eyes you can mess up and big bulbous round heads that are weird. Anyway, this one I got recently, and you know what? It's so much better. It is so much better than this guy. It's a shame. I really hate to praise Funko for something, but yeah, they kind of outdid Sega, sadly. I mean, detail's fine, but I'd imagine if you were going to buy any of these figures, they're probably going to cost a little bit of money if you can't win them out of a Japanese crane machine. Hopefully, if you really, really want this one, don't pay a lot of money for it. Let's move on. Actually, no, let's look at the only vehicle I got out of this. The AT-AT, the all-terrain attack. What the heck is it called again? The AT-AT. Never mind. Really, really like this one. It's the only vehicle I got. What's really cool about it is that the legs come apart. Both the legs are two jointed. They don't move, but they have these hexagonal little joints, so you can actually like move them around and pose the legs in different manners if you want to pose it. And that's pretty much the extent of its posability. Head moves around a little bit. All these little things here also move around and come off, which is not a good thing because they could probably get lost very easily. Really like this one. AT-AT is one of my favorite Star Wars vehicles. Very nice. It's kind of weird that I have it, a human-sized one next to all these other characters. It kind of reminds me of, on Xbox Live, they used to have, I think it was for like the Force Unleashed, they had a bunch of like Star Wars props for your avatar, and one of them was a like a little AT-AT that kind of acted like a dog around your character. That was one of my favorites. I think I had that one actually for a while. Tangent. Anyway, let's look at BB-8. BB-8, kind of similar to evil BB-8 over there. Head comes off, same, about the same size, same proportions aside from the head. Now the thing about this one is the little round things come off here, and you can actually, swap them out for regular, something without a claw on it. So at least this one has a little bit more going for it than BB-9E. So this one gets a few extra points, but again, it's not really a whole lot here. Not a whole lot to say about it. It's just very nicely detailed. Looks just like the character at least. BB-8 figures are kind of hard to come by on their own. I think you have to buy like the Black Series Ray or something to get one, and I don't remember if they had them for like the regular 6-inch figures. I'm not really sure. I've kind of sworn off of Star Wars figures, unfortunately, because the market has been so saturated that I don't want to waste my money on them anymore. Alright, moving on. Let's go to the back here. We got K2SO from Rogue One. This guy's pretty cool. Arms move a little bit, but they don't really do a whole lot. You can have him pretend to be a zombie or just walking up to try and strangle someone. Head moves a little bit. That's about it. Again, very good detail on this. Got all kinds of little things on him. Good paint work. Now, here's the funny part about this. He's got these little scrawny legs right there, and he's got holes on the bottom of his feet because he came with a stand. But here's the ironic part. He doesn't need the stand. How do you like that? Like, the ones that don't have a stand need, have trouble standing up, but the one guy that actually has a stand doesn't need it. Oh boy, I like K2SO. He's one of my favorite characters from Rogue One. One of my favorite characters from Star Wars in general, I think. I really like him. But then again, I just generally like the robot characters. Let's see, don't fall over. Don't prove me wrong. Speaking of which, here's C-3PO. Very nicely done. A lot of detail on there. I like all the little wires in his torso there. He's got the silver leg. Problem with this one is, again, no articulation. Doesn't do anything. He just kind of stands there and looks worried, just like he does in the movies. Really nice looking figure. Just wish it was a little bit more posable. Now, we will look at R2-D2, who, same thing, not really much posability with this one. Head moves, head comes off, if you want to do that. Don't know why that's a feature, but it's a feature. You can move his head around. Very good likeness. It's kind of hard to screw up R2-D2, in my opinion. But, yeah, this is a really nice piece right here. Goes well with the C-3PO and the BB-8. And now, finally, we will look at Chewbacca, who I believe was the very last of the figures that I got. Really, really like this one. Very heavy. This guy is dense. This is like just solid plastic. Really cool. A lot of detail on him. See all the fur right there? There's his butt. a lot of lines. A lot of shading. Good face. Let's make that the thumbnail. Very nice. Got his little crossbow, and I believe I mentioned this in the video. It's kind of weird that his hand is on the crossbow, and you gotta plug him into his arm like that. Really nice little detail on the crossbow too. You got the little strap. It's got all the little markings on it. Really like this one. It was a good one to end off on too. So that is the Sega Star Wars figures that I won playing Toreba. Most of them are pretty good. At the very least, they look nice, even if they have trouble standing. Don't think I want to get rid of any of them right now. I really, really do like them, despite a lot of the problems. I might put the AT-AT up for sale, but I'm not really sure yet. I'm still kind of deciding, what I'm gonna put on the eBay the eBay account. There'll be a big announcement about the eBay account whenever I get around to actually putting stuff on there. I know I got to go through a lot of the Dragon Ball Z figures that I won because a lot of those have got to go. I hate to say it, but but anyway, those are the Star Wars figures. I'm gonna do other videos. One is gonna be for the Disney figures I got. Another one is gonna be miscellaneous anime figures, and then finally we'll do the Dragon Ball Z figures, which is gonna take a very long time to set up. I figured this one actually is probably going to be the easiest, although a lot of the other ones are not. They don't have many things to. I don't have many things to show with them, but there will be a lot of assembly involved because a lot of these I didn't really take out of the box. But anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to check out some of my other videos, like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to let me know which one of these figures was your favorite. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.